Go ahead.
Oh, you already went live.
That's fine. Let's click this intro.
Oh, you got my booty all in the face.
Oh man! Hey,
Ah!
hey, everybody! Welcome to Unpopular Review Entertainment. I'm the bad guy, Jack, and usually I'm joined with my trio, but my trio couldn't make it tonight, and I was like, we're going to be reviewing Velma. Velma has been such an interesting topic the last few weeks, and I was like, should we still talk about Velma? What am I going to do? So I called the man with three X's. One called Michael Knox. Mike Knox with three X's. How are you, sir?
Hey, man, listen, I was like, oh my God, I made it to the cool table. And then I come to find out that's because nobody's here. But it's okay. I'm still here. I've had a couple of shots. I want to keep the one shots going. At least I hope that I can. I miss Vic's not here. See the Superior's not here tonight. But I hope I got a lot of good big shoes to fill. But I'm three X's. I'm quite sure I'm gonna fill all the spots that's needed. So let's go ahead and talk about Velma.
I'm not gonna lie. You said you have big shoes to fill. I've seen Vic in person. Them suckers are 17, 14, a size 14. So yeah, those are some gigantic. You might fall in it.
He has a size 14. All right, Vic.
All right, Vic. Yeah, we know what to say about people who have.
Now
big
we know
feet.
why you. Now we know what you're gonna say. I do. She got you all locked up, brother.
Well, you know what they say about people who have big feet. There goes Bigfoot. No,
there goes Bigfoot. There goes Bigfoot.
But yeah, let's talk about Velma. So I've been hearing all this talk about Velma for the longest time, and not good. Honestly, not good. So I was, and to the point where, and I think you know the saying where you be like, "Wow, that don't sound good. Let me go watch this." And I watched this, and I can't wait to give thoughts. I actually watched this because we're doing episode 1 here, guys. I watched episode 1 3 times. I watched it, I think, somewhere last week once or something. And then on my way here, I watched it twice so I can make sure I have a good idea so I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I gotta keep it on the dome, baby. But Velma, I mean, it's based off the Scooby-Doo characters. I said yesterday we did the challenge. Check that out. Me, Cap, and Mike Knox. I never liked Scooby-Doo. I never did. And I grew up watching Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Pup named Scooby-Doo. Scooby Dumb. There was a cartoon with Scooby Dumb. I don't know why everyone hates Scrappy Doo now, but Scrappy Doo was that dude.
How can you hate Scrappy Doo?
Yo, bro, there's people who are like,
that's like hating Bam Bam.
Bam Bam was cool.
Bam Bam was cool. Bam Bam. That's all you know.
Bam Bam. He got over by just saying his name. He was the original Pokemon. Honestly,
he was the original Pokemon.
He was the original Pokemon. Bam, bam, bam. And I watched all these Scooby-Doo cartoons, but there's a certain guy, and also the Scooby-Doo when he used to have the celebrities, which was always pretty cool. Like, when he had the Batman stuff. But this was such a different take from everything. They try to have this adult like mystery, and because Scooby didn't have nothing to do with this show. Scooby said, "Uh-oh," and then left.
He said, "Uh-oh, Raggy." That's what he said. Sorry, it's like they only have like 2 imitations I can do. I think I do a pretty good Scooby-Doo, but maybe I don't.
No, you was killing it yesterday when we were on the challenge. I sat there and said, "Is that damn 3D dog?" And I also see the movies too. So yeah, as much as I hate Scooby-Doo, I've watched all the library of Scooby-Doo, except the newer ones, because in 2010s they had some newer ones. I by then I fell off the face of the planet with that. But what did you think about this Velma? Let me throw it your way.
Brother, I was hoping you'd go a little bit more. And I'm
I can.
No, I got it. You gave me the floor, and I'm going to talk about Velma. First of all, Velma is different. Okay. If you don't know, you're about to find out. I'm the elder statesman around here. Okay. So I've realized, as much as people love Deadpool, my wife loves the Boondocks and how famous that was. I have a problem with cartoons and language. I'm just corny like that. I just am. I want my cartoons to be as innocent as can be, with adult content or segments that only an adult can get, but not necessarily adult. Right. So when I see this as a parent, as a father, as an adult, as just a kid at heart that growing up watching Scooby-Doo, I'm thinking, oh, Velma, it's a spinoff. And I've always said this, I said to my wife earlier, all these networks, they have to create content. So I don't really care if the content's what I wanted. It's what I got. Right. So here I am. I got Velma. I'm going to watch Velma. Let's see what it is. It's so adult. It's like watching Harley Quinn and Ivory in a sense. Right. It's not maybe so explicit, but it's there. Right. Opening scene. Oh, I hate sex. And the what do you say, gratuitous sex scenes, and then all those in the shower, only thing are being covered are the nipples and their landing strips. Okay. That was all that was playing, that was being simmed out here. And then it throws me because I'm like, okay, Velma, and what threw me off was I'm going to look at the cast, right? Velma is the girl who from the Mindy Project, but I thought she was American and this, and I thought her father, because I waited for the accent in kids. I didn't know exactly what she was. I thought father talking. There it is. I would hear, the Indian accent that you would normally kind of hear in TV shows. He spoke like a normal person. So I'm like, okay, is she black? But then I found out that the Mindy Project is playing her, which means she's not black. She is of Indian heritage.
Right.
And just the show itself, and I always tell people, don't watch what you think it is. Once you realize it's not Scooby-Doo, then you grade it on what you're watching. And I kind of honestly say, for it to be the worst ever HBO, what did it read? It was worse. I saw it right. It was on IMDb. Give me 1 second. It
was something where pretty much it was the worst
rated anime show in IMDb ever. There it is. The worst. And I'm just like, stop. It's not that bad. Now, get it. I've only watched the first episode because we're talking about one-shots, and I will, for the team that's not here, and for my man over here, my brother, fasting, I'm going to have a shot for you on this episode, okay? It's the first episode. I thought it was pretty cool. I really did. It was different, right? It's adult content, so I know already, what only that disappointed me was the adult content. I can't tell my kids, hey, why you're not watching Velma? I don't want you to watch Velma necessarily. No. You know what I'm saying? But it's not too crude. You know what I'm saying? It's not too far gone. I thought the first episode was pretty cute.
Okay. So I'll sit here and say this. When I watched it the first initial time, I remember I didn't take notes, but I remember thinking, wow, I feel dumb watching this. But watching it back, I do sit here and say I did in fact chuckle. Like the first time, I think I didn't pay as much attention, and there were certain things. So Velma, I can sit here and say, I did like this comparison that someone brought out. I didn't think about it until someone said that. What's going on, Charmaine, who pointed out she did not see it. And we're going to review this. And maybe it might make you want to watch it. Are you a fan of Scooby-Doo? Maybe, give it a shot. Give it a shot because one shot sent you there. But Velma, they made this comparison. I thought it was really interesting. It was like Velma was trying to be Daria. And I was like, I see that.
Now that you say that, I definitely see the Daria in there.
Yeah, but see, Daria, it was something about her quip that it just wasn't I wasn't offended in the show, but it was just like, why would I like Velma? Like, and I'm only going by episode 1. Maybe in the later episodes things change. Matter of fact, if I could,
she didn't have no friends. They called her weird. Remember?
Yeah, they called her. Yeah, she was friends with Daphne, but Daphne got hot and then dipped on her and whatnot. And then she became, I guess, bitter or something like that.
And she's having these panic attacks.
And she's having these panic attacks. And now it's looking like the mother didn't want to have nothing to do with the family. The father,
when the eye kept coming out.
The eye kept coming out. I love that there was these two visuals. The first one was like, "Oh, my mother would do anything for me. She was the reason why I loved mystery." And then this other clip where it's like Velma. Cosplay Daria is just a headache and causing all kinds of hell. She's drinking.
Daria.
Yeah, cosplay.
Is that so wrong? Let me ask you that, bad guy Jack. Is that so wrong? I always tell to anybody that has a chance to listen to my voice, everything will copy each other eventually.
Absolutely.
It's only but so much content can be done. It's all been rewashed, rehorsed, whatever you name it. I haven't seen nothing like Daria since Daria.
Right.
Okay. Right. So it's not Daria, it's Velma. And Daria's not the only person that probably thinks the way. Is that such a bad thing? To be
I think when you compare her to Daria, it's just like, what's it called? Lemon and limes or apple and oranges, right? So, like when I see Velma, like when I heard the comparison, I was
heard the lime and lemon reference before, though, but
okay. I don't know. I made something up new on
there it is, y'all.
There we go.
Backpackers, there you go.
There we go. Well, we're innovators. I tell people all the time. I created the Eiffel Tower and created fire the same day. That's pretty badass, by the way. But is it bad?
And tap my head at the same time.
Oh, that's badass. I mean, how do you top that? Well, that's why you're over. That's why you're over. I'm trying to get to your level. But is that a bad thing? I just think Daria was so good that when someone tries to, and not to say they try to copy Daria, I don't think that was the mission. But when you compare it like that, it's just like, you just go ill. I'm sorry, just go ill. And I think, and like I said, it was her character I didn't like. Fred was kind of a star to me, and I always disliked Fred. For whatever, I can't point out why I never liked Fred, but I didn't like Fred. But in this, he was kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. A few of my chuckles really came from him.
But it's Fred 10-Minute Tom. Is that his name from Blind Date? With Adam Sandler, because remember at first he acted like he didn't know who he was the next day. He was like a whole different person.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, Dory, Drew Barrymore's
movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. 10-second Tom, like every 10 seconds, you forget what he's doing, because that's what Fred kind of reminded me of at first.
He did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did. That's it.
But Fred was pretty cool. You don't get to see a good Fred. And then I thought my guy, who plays Reggie, Norbit, right?
Norbit, yeah. I think Norville. No, Norville, not Norbit. Norbit was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I'm thinking like it would be. I thought, that's Shaggy. That is kind of had, that was Shaggy, and shout out to my girl Yvonne Orji being in this movie and this show as well as Gigi, and my girl from One Life to Live, and here Dorian Lord's daughter Melissa Ferromo, and Wildar Yankovic's movie, and shout out to the lesbian couple cops with Wanda Sykes. How can you guys not like this movie?
Oh, Gary that was Cole. Wanda Sykes?
Yes, Gary Cole is in this cartoon. Okay, if you watch Entourage, I gotta get my Sorkin notes. For this to be the worst review show, I gotta watch episodes 2, 3, and 4, and 5 to find out why. Because episode 1 got me ready to watch episode 2.
Oh, okay. So you was reeled in then.
Yeah, I was taken back by it. I'm not gonna lie about that. I always say this: my cousin, I love you. Don't be mad at me. He refused to watch Amazing Spider-Man because Uncle Ben didn't say, "With great power comes great responsibility." So what? I've heard that a million times in a million movies. We know this already. Okay? What's going on? So I need to see that. And then listen, and I didn't get this. And every Scooby-Doo, you should get this.
And I'd have done it too if you kids hadn't come along. And I'd have found it if it wasn't for you snoopers.
You blasted kids. Why didn't you mind your own business? Yes, and I'd have gotten away with it too. If it wasn't for these blasted kids and their dog.
I didn't get that, and I still was reeled in.
I love it was the third or fourth guy. He said, "You damn kids, why didn't you just mind your business?" Yo, that was so good. That was too good. Yeah.
One,
but let me ask you
have that shot.
But let me ask you a question. What did you think about the change of the characters? Because you know how these characters were displayed a certain way for years, but how do you feel about the change? Because a lot of people were taken back by it and stuff.
We live in the 21st century.
There we go.
Right? And everything, even my wife used the word, that's kind of cringeworthy in some scenes, right? That's the big word. What's cringe? What's cringe? What's cringe? It had some of that. But again, I go this. I'm a wrestling fan. Okay.
Me
and
too.
whatever it is you like, I think things are subjective. I think comedy is subjective, whether I like it or not, whether I think it's funny or not, whether it's wrong or not to me, it's what it is to you. Right. And again, I urge you to say this. It's content. Right. HBO Max, Paramount Plus. I watched the new Teen Wolf movie this morning. First thing I woke up to this morning, but I had to watch the Teen Wolf if you're a fan of Teen Wolf.
That's that was on MTV, right?
Yes, it was. It had a lot of seasons. I was a big fan of the show. Okay, I watched that movie again. My point is, same thing where you look at the Best Men's final chapters. From the cock. Yeah, these networks have to create content. I didn't ask for this. I don't want this, but it's there, and I'm going to watch it.
You know what I didn't ask for? The cock.
You did. You did.
I did not ask.
You can call it the WWE Network all you want to, but you watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on there. Hopefully, you watch The Rock. Okay, if you're not watching New Night Court, then you're just not as old as I am. But hey, the cock has a lot of good TV shows on it.
There you go. Just watch it on Cock TV.
Cock TV.
Watch it on Cock TV. But now I wanted to ask you those things, and also too, just to add to that. This show lacked a certain dog. Do you think that? Yeah, I mean, this wasn't called Scooby Doo, but it don't feel I won't say it don't feel the same, but when you think about Mystery Inc., that dog is always not too far behind, and there was no dog. So, I mean,
That's probably why people are like, "Oh no!" Here, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like the kids, I'm gonna keep it 100. Right? You look at this cast.
Mm-hmm.
You got Mindy. You got first of all, my man Sam Richardson, who is just been trashing everything. He's been coming around the last 2, 3, 4 years. Okay, you got Constance Wu. You got Glenn Howerton. You got Debbie Ryan. You got Shay Mitchell. Okay, you got Mei-Ling Nguyen. Okay, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've already mentioned Ivani, or you got Jane Lynch from the Arrested Development. Okay, you got Carl Anthony Towns. You have Wanda Sykes. You got Gary Cole. You have Nicole Byer. I'm talking about you got Ken Leung. Okay, from Walking Dead fame and other things that he's been a part of. The cast, when a cast like this comes together, I think you give it credit. And I think this is where you separate your traditional reviewers.
Sure.
Okay, for what it's worth, I have my ones that are, if I don't get the news from them, I don't believe in it. At this point, they're so big, they're getting paid to create the content that they're creating. Is it really original? I say all the time, I'm going to say it one more time here right now. I got into this business to be honest with my opinion about what it is I'm watching, what I'm viewing. Don't look at those reviews. I think this was a very good show to continue to give it another chance. Again, episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Episode 1. I'm ready to watch episode 2.
Episode 1 was enough to reel you in. Then
at least with episode 2.
Yeah,
I did watch Stargirl, and that was horrible. But I also have a little girl who thought it was cool, so I kept trying to watch it, and I'm glad it got canceled, so I didn't have to finish watching it anymore.
Okay, I'm glad. No one, Mike. Well, I'm glad that now that's off the air. Now they don't have to torture me anymore, right?
Stargirl was pretty bad.
I can imagine.
Was amazing.
Really?
Oh, the budget was better than anything CW ever had. Stargirl and Superman and Lois are the best produced shows that CW has ever had.
Better than I know Black Lightning's wasn't
anything
than even Flash.
Flash doesn't touch it. When I tell you that they come off as their special effects and their budget and their scenes, I look at movies. Go back to X-Men, Last Stand, right? Movies you can see are big movies when the stage looks big. When it's a small stage, it's a small production. They didn't put money into it. They put money into Superman and Lois and Superman, and they put money into Stargirl. They really did. It was in a different studio. It wasn't done at normal CW studios. It was in Canada and all the other kind of things. I think looking at this cast for Velma, you got to give it credit. I think you got to give it credit enough to watch it.
So, I mean, I'm glad that you pointed out because I didn't even know. I knew the voice of Velma and some of the other names. I mean, I wasn't familiar with their stuff, but I heard their names. I said, oh, these guys must be big deals. So it was really cool that you broke down what these guys did before this and their other bodies of work. What did I think about this episode? It was a different take on Scooby-Doo. After watching, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm saying I don't think you're gonna see Scooby-Doo at all in this thing. No.
You're not gonna see him at all. No. Scooby don't want to have nothing to do with it. Because what they're gonna do? Give Scooby Coke? Like I don't think I want to see that. Because they was even talking about drugs and doing all these other like things. I don't think I want to see.
What do you think Scooby and Shaggy and them did in that mystery van? That's why it was a mystery. They were doing shrooms. They were doing marijuana.
Now I believe marijuana, but I don't believe these guys were sitting there saying. I don't think Scooby said. I don't think Scooby. I don't know why
Scooby was on some peyote, brother. Don't you forget it. They had flowers on their van, daisies and everything else. They were getting stoned.
See, now I thought because it was the 60s and everything was groovy.
Everybody got stoned. Where do you think groovy came from? Because they were stoned.
Well, Mike, I wasn't in the 60s. Damn
Neither was I. Damn it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, Mike. I mean, Oh no, Michael.
Yeah, you thought I was that old, didn't you? Did you? Gotcha.
Well, you are not for nothing. Every time I see people older than me, I sit here and say, "So, what was the 1930s like?" And people get mad at me. Sorry. I think I've just lost Michael. But I think you said I guess we could just finish up the thoughts on this episode. I know you're really upset at me. I know you know nothing about the 1930s. But apparently you know what the 60s are because you were sitting there saying, did you freeze? Okay, no, you're moving. I was a little bit worried there. I was concerned. I said he might have froze.
I'm a method actor.
No, that was really good. That was damn good.
Forget Jay Uso. I'm the main event.
No, he did his damn thing. And you guys, I can't wait to hear your review on that on the Mike Knox show when you do it on Monday on the wrestling side of everything. But let's finish final thoughts. This was such a fun conversation about this. After watching it 2 more times, I gotta say I didn't hate it as much. The first time I was like, "Oh, this is like trash," but I did in fact chuckle a few times. Fred was a pretty interesting character. Now, him being like almost like he's like the resident idiot. I mean, he say things, he's into himself, and I want to see a little bit more of Fred because he's just into himself.
The shiny legs.
The shiny legs. Matter of fact, someone pointed out this was such a fun fact because I was listening to a review. And they were talking about how they had the original voice actor for Fred to be his father. And that's such a nice touch. I think that's such a cool touch. I did not like Velma's character at all. That never changed for me. I was like, wow, she's such a not a nice word. And because Norville, he seemed like a really good guy. I didn't like how he was look, man, I think we've all been in love. We like somebody. But this girl don't deserve this, man. I mean, this guy really poured his heart out when he was sitting there saying,
"Yeah, you're funny."
He literally kept saying, he was saying stuff like, I wake up just to see your face. That's so funny, ha ha ha. And I get that she's supposed to be like this sarcastic, like no emotion.
She said, "You're like my brother. I don't see you that way." And then proceeded to say the other things. It's the same thing from Twilight. Yeah, I have a wife. I watched all those movies. She told Jacob from the beginning, it's not you. Jacob wouldn't get the point. Okay, so she told him, "Hey, I look at you as a brother." It wasn't her fault.
No, I guess not. I guess it's not right. She's just saying I don't. I don't know. I still don't like Velma, but I get your point. But I still don't like the Velma character. I can't listen when there's no like way to get out of a thing, and I'm tunneled in. I'm just like, that's a fair point. But she was unbearable. Daphne's character, she's there. What else? Other characters? The father made me laugh. There was a part where he said, "Don't raise your eyebrows at me, Steve Harvey." I did chuckle at that. So
that was hilarious.
That was funny. Her eating out of the garbage can. I just said, Velma, what has happened to you? But I'm down to watching episode 2. I even thought about it when I was on the train ride here. Like, hey, I might watch episode 2. So episode 1, my thoughts. It wasn't. We do thumbs up, thumbs down, but I'm going to do something different and say thumbs in the middle because after watching it 3 times, I do have to say this was not so bad, but I can understand people who are a tradition. Okay, I was sitting there saying, wait, I can understand traditional fans who grew up with Scooby-Doo and sit here and say, this is not my Scooby-Doo. I can understand that, but I did chuckle at a few things, and I can't sit here and deny that I didn't chuckle. So I did chuckle.
It's not our Scooby. Listen, this rating
not
is horrible. It got a 1.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It got a 50% in Rotten Tomatoes. For those who look at those kind of things, that's the stats. I don't let other influence me from seeing something that if I already have interest in it. Sure. I watch the reviews on those people to see if they have the same opinion once I watched it or not that I have. So that's how I think one should watch a review. Because if so, I remember going into the Joker, and everything that Jeremy John said was in my mind as I watched the movie. Like every single thing he said. And I was like, okay, I see that. Okay, I see that. And I just couldn't watch it that way. You know what I mean? Because halfway through the Joker, I thought this might be the worst movie I've ever seen. Then before that came, and I was like, Joker was pretty damn good. So that's why you watch them for yourself. If you have any interest in Velma, I say go watch it.
Yeah, give it a shot, give it a watch. And
just not with the babies.
Yeah, you do not watch it with the babies. But yeah, and formulate your own opinion. Because I do agree when you listen to those things, it could mess up your whole view. And I think that's why the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, this like I said, first time I just felt dumb. I had to watch Rick and Morty just to make myself feel smart again.
See, hold on. You felt dumb watching Velma, but when you watch Rick and Morty, that's Dumb and Dumber together. There it is, Dumb and Dumber. You did Dumb and Dumber at the same time, without even watching like some other dumber stuff than Dumb and Dumber. Which is
I was trying to recreate. I was trying to make you know how those dumb.
What's next? SpongeBob.
I like SpongeBob. I like classic SpongeBob. I will not be shamed because I like SpongeBob before 2000, and I think it started falling off the rails 6, 7 or something like that. But SpongeBob 99.
Yes, Nick. Cat Dog.
Cat Dog was good. I did like Cat Dog.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Loved Fairly Odd Parents, but then that got stupid.
And Danny Phantom.
See, I was never big into Danny Phantom.
Those are the 3 best cartoons.
I was not.
Ever came out with.
You know,
Ren and Stimpy. I'm sorry, Pinky and the Brain kind of started on there first before it went to WB.
No,
so before it went to WB because it came off of Ren and Stimpy.
Pinky and the Brain
came off of Ren and Stimpy first, and then it, but so it kind of say Nickelodeon WB, which is kind of similar, same.
Ren and Stimpy. I mean, we could have. I feel like we got to have a top 5 Nickelodeon shows eventually here on UPR Entertainment because I mean, you said Cat Dog. That's great. Rugrats was a great one.
Oh, how can I'm dead. I'm smacking in the face. Rugrats got to be the GOAT of Nickelodeon shows. Damn it, twice. Smack me both ways. Damn it. Damn it, Sean.
Rugrats, yeah, I know, right? But Rugrats was great. And I feel like there's another cartoon I'm forgetting. I mean, how can you forget Rugrats? We got to do a top 5 eventually.
No, because Recess was ABC, was Disney.
That was ABC, yeah. Phil and Lil for the win. We got JD. What up, JD? What is going on? He's the digital artist. I messed up. I said digital. I'm sorry. Digital artist. Yes.
But we need some digital content. Come holler at us. Like,
yeah, man.
Subscribe button. Come on, work from.
You're great. Talk to us. Come on, man. Talk to us. We know you got some good stuff. You said Ren and Stimpy. I do want to sit here and say, I remember watching that as a kid, and as I got to an adult, I said, I should never watch this.
No, Ren and Stimpy was stupid. I didn't.
And Rocko's Modern Life. You remember that show, right?
It was okay. Rocket was good too, but I would
Rocket Power was great. I loved Rocket Power.
Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, Rugrats, and Cat Dog.
When you said Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents, that was the same creator. You could tell. I remember when I saw Danny Phantom, I said, "Wow, Timmy grew up. Where's Cosmo Wanda?"
And the #1 Nickelodeon show of all time, even surpassing Rugrats.
Ooh,
the only Avatar we count in my house, baby.
Yeah, I can't stand that movie at all. It's a past Marvel.
Okay.
And I never understood. I never watched 1, and I'm not gonna watch 2 because they're not gonna get my.
You should watch any good movie that's a blockbuster.
Maybe if we do a review just for the review,
I think you should watch any blockbuster.
I will.
That's just how I feel.
Blockbuster's no longer around.
No, you're right. Well, there's one.
Right? Yeah, in Arkansas. Who lives in Arkansas? A bunch of losers.
The Razorbacks.
The who?
It's a sports reference. Catch up.
I have it in my refrigerator.
There it is. Well, hey, let's get out of here. What's the next show y'all got coming up?
We have one more one-shot. We haven't figured it out. Maybe we could talk about it because I know C is going to be out. We might be able to get Vic, and maybe we could talk about a one-shot. I have an idea for one because Flash is coming up, and I don't know. I think episode 1, season 1, The Flash. I mean, I would like to talk about it. I don't know, but let's talk about it off air. Hey, guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for following Unpopular Review. Continue to follow us on all the content. We have wrestling. There's a link to the wrestling page. There was an NXT show. My man right here have the Mike Knox show. He talks about and review everything on wrestling. Also here on entertainment, I know you guys are doing Star Trek, right? They're doing
Star Trek right now. They're doing Hulu picks right now. We also got separate ventures. You got the big podcast, but UNC as well. So listen, a lot of things. The world, Shay, I'm sorry, I get them all confused. I see C's and they get me, but I know who they are. Okay, girls, love you. But listen, one band, one sound. Come follow us.
And with that said, that's the show, and we're going to end it. We say continue to follow us. And where's that outro button?
Outro.
There's a countdown.
There it is.
You found it?
Peace.
Bye.